The world once met you with derision, did it not? They viewed you as transparent, as if you were unworthy of stepping into their polished circles of perceived perfection. This is the profound irony of our existence. The world will persist in its indifference until it can no longer sustain its ignorance of you. Now envision a moment, a figure of supreme influence, an individual at the pinnacle of power whom the masses besiege for a mere glance, suddenly fixes their gaze upon you. Not upon the cacophony of the background, nor upon a persona desperate for validation, but upon your truest essence. They approach with a precious offering, and your soul cries out in interrogation, "Why me? Is this mere serendipity, or a deeper manifestation of destiny?" The commonality is often seduced by clamor, believing that rewards belong only to the sycophants and the showmen. Yet the truth remains veiled. The most profound rewards are often delayed compensation for silent battles fought in solitude. It is the agonizing pain you endured without applause, the loyalty you upheld when betrayal was more convenient, and the rigorous discipline you maintained when surrender offered more comfort. These are your credentials today. This silent evolution strikes fear into the hearts of the mediocre. While they were preoccupied with chasing the spotlight, you were reconstructing your soul in the dark until the light was compelled to traverse mountains and seas to find you. We must dissect the energetic field that attracts the elite. Why do those at the apex of power suddenly take an interest in you? What magnetic frequency do you carry that convinces the gatekeepers of resources that you are worthy of their favor? The answer commences with a singular decisive act. You cease the act of self-justification. This alone is sufficient to confound those accustomed to total control. In an era where everyone is desperate to be seen and heard, you have become an anomaly. You have grown quiet, not out of weakness or defeat, but through a precision-calculated silence. This stillness carries a dangerous tension. It robs others of the ability to read your hand, breeding a profound sense of unease. They anticipated an emotional retaliation or a humble plea for understanding, but your response was a void. You maintain a visage of serenity, your eyes reflecting a depth that whispers, "I possess knowledge beyond your reach." In that instant, the scales of power begin to tilt. Silence compels contemplation, and once people begin to ponder you, they become captivated by you. At first, they assume you have nothing to say, then they wonder if you are wounded. Finally, they begin to fear that you are orchestrating something monumental. As your words diminish, the respect of others grows at an exponential rate. By retreating from the noise, you become a dispassionate observer, hearing the secrets people never intended to reveal. When others believe you are no longer significant, they expose their true selves, their frail confidence, hidden envy, and cheap competitiveness. Through this insight, you master a form of understated power that requires no applause. Most individuals destroy their own value through overexpression, revealing their plans and exposing their cards, while you have become entirely unpredictable. Nothing induces anxiety in a crowd more than an unpredictable man. They whisper behind your back, "Why is he so calm? What has transpired? Is he working on a grand project?" Your refusal to answer shatters their psychological defenses. Your silence becomes a mirror, reflecting the true colors of their inner selves. They weave stories born of their own insecurities. Some say you have changed, others say you have become dangerous, and some predict your imminent triumph. Perhaps they are all correct, for when you no longer require external validation, true metamorphosis occurs. When a soul no longer exists by the leave of others, that energy cannot be forged. Your stride, your gaze, even the density of your silence is transformed. Those at the top are the first to detect this signal. They can discern at a glance who is barking for attention and who is silent because they are constructing an empire. The powerful respect restraint. They respect the emotional equilibrium maintained when others crumble. True power rarely advertises itself. When you cease striving to be liked and dedicate yourself to becoming unshakeable, respect arrives unbidden. Your silence demonstrates discipline. It shows you no longer participate in cheap emotional games. Suddenly, your value in the market skyrockets because you have become scarce. When you offer the world unlimited access to yourself, people take you for granted. Only when you become selective and rare do they begin to pay in the currency of attention. You chose silence not because you lacked words, but because you realized that not everything is worthy of your energy. This awakening changes everything. In the years shrouded in obscurity, every invisible struggle you endured laid the foundation of your strength. Every midnight setback and every impulse to surrender forged a bedrock that no outsider can touch. The world saw only the surface pressure, never the way you polished your soul during those sleepless nights. When life struck you down, you learned not just to rise, but to land with precision and ensure your counterstrike was lethal. While the mediocre mock the striver, your training in thought, patience, and fortitude in the dark is an unstoppable force. The elite notice you because a soul that has survived the crucible radiates a unique aura. This energy conveys a message before a single word is spoken. I survived, I remain standing, and I am growing stronger. This invisible power eventually becomes undeniable. Struggle taught you timing and patience. It taught you that power does not come from screaming, but from the endurance to remain steady when the world expects you to break. Those who underestimate the silent warrior are usually proven wrong, for evolution is often subtle and strategic, and once revealed, it is absolute. In this world of opportunists, fidelity is a weapon sharper than words and more potent than gold. True loyalty is invisible, rigorously tested, and uncompromising. You showed up when no one was watching. You held the line when others fled. You guarded what truly mattered in the dark without expectation of reward. Most people betray themselves first, chasing trends and cheap vanity, but you did not. You kept promises that others forgot and carried burdens that others feared. This loyalty does not belong on social media for show. It resonates in the ears of those who have real weight. High-level individuals are drawn to you because loyalty has become the rarest asset of this era. They are surrounded by noise and deception. When someone fulfills a commitment with consistency and a heart devoid of calculation, that energy demands respect. Loyalty is a mirror of your courage and resolve. The strong can instantly smell which loyalties are performed as a transaction and which are woven into the bone. Authentic transformation is never heralded by trumpets. You evolved while others were distracted, crafting a version of yourself so precise and formidable that mundane gossip cannot measure it. Life's blows did not destroy you. They refined your instincts and fortified your presence. This evolution requires no one's approval. It grows wild in the corners of the shadows. Ultimately, when that gift finally arrives and the light of the summit bathes you, they will not ask how you reached that height. They will simply feel your undeniable presence, an unbidden authority forged in silence, struggle, and countless solitary nights. You have proven that true power never needs to shout, and true respect never needs to be requested. Your era has dawned in the hours of your deepest silence.